can tell you now, I thought she wouldn't.
Nonsense! The child's a Keller. She has the constitution of a goat. She'll outlive us all.
Yes, especially if some of you Kellers don't get a good night's sleep. I mean you, Mrs. Keller.
You hear, Katie?
I hear.
I brought up 2 of them, but this is my wife's first. She isn't battle scarred yet.
Doctor, don't be merely considerate. Will our girl be all right?
Oh, by morning, she'll be knocking down old Captain Keller's fences again.
And isn't there anything we should do?
Better strong fencing, huh?
Just let her get well. She knows how to do it better than we do. Main thing is, the fever's gone. These things come and go in infants. Never know why. Call it acute congestion of the stomach and brain.
I'll see you to your buggy, doctor.
I have never seen a baby with more vitality. That's the truth.
Hush, don't you cry now. You've been trouble enough. Call it acute congestion indeed. Although I don't see what's so cute about a congestion. Just because it's yours? I'll have your father run an editorial about it in his paper. Call it the wonders of modern medicine. They don't know what they're curing even when they cure it. Men and their battle scars, we women will have to. We'll have to. Helen. Helen! Captain! Captain, will you come? Captain!
Katie, what's wrong?
Look!
What? Katie, she's
No,
well.
she can't see. Look at her eyes.
Helen?
Or hear when I called, she hadn't blinked on an eyelash.
Helen!
No, she can't hear you.
Helen!
First, I'm gonna cut this doctor's legs off. 1, 2. Now I'm gonna... You stop that.
Why are you cutting off the doctor's legs?
I'm going to give him an operation. Now, I'm gonna cut off his arms. 1, 2.
You
Now
should
I'm
cut
gonna
off his
fix...
stomach. That's a good operation.
No, I'm gonna cut off his head first. He has a bad cold.
You're not giving me much of that Dr. Ruff to keep fixing him up with all those operations.
What did you do? Bite her hand?
That's how I do it. She keeps sticking her fingers in my mouth and I'll fight them all.
What's she trying to do now?
She's trying to talk. She's gonna get mad. Look at her. She's trying to talk.
You stop that. Just sit quiet. What? Helen, let me have those scissors.
She only dug Martha's eyes out. Almost dug. It's always almost. No point worrying until it happens, is there?
How does she stand it? Why haven't you seen this Baltimore man? This isn't something that you can let go on and on like the weather.
The weather here doesn't have permission, you know, Tip. Speak to my father.
Arthur, something ought to be done for that child.
A refreshing suggestion. What?
Why, this famous oculist in Baltimore that I told you about. Oh, what was his name again?
Dr. Chisholm.
Ah, yes. There are many cases of blindness that people thought couldn't be cured. That he's cured. Oh, he just does wonders. Why don't you write to him?
I've stopped believing in wonders.
I think the captain will write to him soon, won't you, Captain?
No.
Good buddy after bad, or bad after good. Or bad after bad.
Well, if it's just a question of money, Arthur. You're a marshal now. You've got all this Yankee money. You might as well.
Not money. The child's been a specialist all over Alabama and Tennessee. If I thought it'd do any good, I'd have her to every fool doctor in the country.
I think the captain will write to him soon.
Katie, how many times can you let them break your heart?
Any number of times.
What, child?
There's even the least chance for her to see or hear.
There isn't. Now I must finish here.
Well, writing does no harm, Arthur. Only just a little bitty letter to see if he can help her.
He can't.
You won't know that to be a fact, Captain, until after...
Katie, he can't!
Father stands up. That makes it a fact.
You be quiet. I'm badgered enough here by females without your impudence. Katie? I might as well try to work in a hen yard as in this house.
You know, you really ought to send her away, Father.
What?
Some asylum. It's the kindest thing.
Why, James, she's your sister, not a nobody.
Half sister, half mentally defective. She can't even keep herself clean. It's quite unpleasant having her battle all the time.
Do you dare complain of things you can't see?
This discussion is at an end. I'll thank you not to broach it again, Ev. I've done as much as I can bear. I can't give my whole life to it. The house is at 6s and 7s from morning till night over the child. It's time some attention was paid to Mildred here instead.
Wake her, Captain.
I want some peace in this house. I don't care how, but one way we won't have it is by running up and down the country every time someone hears of a new quack. I'm as sensible to this affliction as any of you are. It hurts me to look at the girl.
It was not our affliction I meant you to write about, Captain.
Helen, my buttons!
Eyes? She wants the doll to have eyes.
My goodness me, I'm not decent.
She doesn't know any better, Aunt Ev. I'll sew them back on again.
She'll never learn anything with everyone letting her do whatever she takes to her mind.
Jimmy!
What did I say now?
You talk too much.
I was agreeing with you.
Whatever it was, deprived child, at least she can have the little things that she wants.
It's worth a couple buttons, Kate. Look, this child has got more sense than all these men colors. If there's ever any way to reach that light first.
Helen!
Helen, you are not to do such things. How can I get you to understand?
Katie,
How can I get it through your head, my darling?
Katie, some way of teaching her an iota of discipline has to be.
How can you discipline an afflicted child? Is it her fault?
I didn't say it was her fault.
Then whose? I don't know what to do. How can I teach her? Beat her till she's black and blue?
It isn't safe to let her run around loose. There has to be some way of confining her somehow so she can't.
Where? In a cage? She's a growing child. She needs to use her limbs.
Answer me one thing. Is it fair to Mildred here?
Are you willing to put her away, Captain?
What now?
She wants to talk. And be like you and me. Every day she slips further and further away. I don't know how to call her back.
Oh, I've been mind to take her up to Baltimore myself. If that doctor can't help her, then maybe he'll know someone who can.
All right, then, Katie.
Who could do nothing for the girl, of course. It was Dr. Bell who thought she might somehow be taught. I have written the family only that a suitable governess, Miss Annie Sullivan, has been found here in Boston and will come. It will, no doubt, be difficult for you there, Annie, but it has been difficult for you at her school, too. Gratifying, yes, when you came to us and could not spell your name, and to accomplish so much here in a few years, but always an Irish battle for independence. This is my last time to counsel you, Annie, and you do lack some, by some, I mean all what tact or talent to bend to others. And what has saved you here on more than one occasion here at Perkins is that there was nowhere to expel you to. Your eyes hurt?
My ears, Mr. Anagnos.
Nowhere but back to Tewksbury where children learn to be saucy. Annie, I know how dreadful it was for you there, but that battle is dead and done. Why not let it stay buried?
I think God must owe me a resurrection.
What?
Well, he keeps digging up that battle.
Annie, that is not a proper thing to say. It is what I mean.
Yes. But I know what I'm like. What's this child like?
Why?
Well, bright or dull, to start off.
No one knows. And if she is dull, you will have no patience with this?
Oh, and grown-ups you have to, Mr. Anagnos. I just mean in children, it seems a little precocious. Could I use that word?
Only if you can spell it.
Premature. So I hope at least she's a bright one.
Deaf, blind, mute, who knows? She is like a little safe, locked, that no one can open. Perhaps there's treasure inside.
Maybe it's empty, too.
Possible. I should warn you, she is much given to tantrums.
Something is inside. Well, so am I. If I believe all that I hear, maybe you should warn them.
Annie, I wrote them no word of your history. You will find yourself among strangers now who know nothing of it.
Well, we'll keep them in a state of blessed ignorance.
Perhaps you should tell them.
Why? I have enough trouble with people who don't know.
So they would understand when you have trouble.
The only time I have trouble is when I'm right. Isn't my fault? It's so often. I won't give them trouble, Mr. Nagnos. I'll be so ladylike they won't notice I've come.
Annie, be humble. It is not as if you have so many offers to pick and choose. You will need their affection working with this child.
I hope I won't need their pity.
We could all use some pity. So, you are no longer our pupil. We throw you into the world a teacher, if the child can be taught. No one expects you to work miracles even for $25 a month. Now, in this envelope, a loan for the railroad, which you will repay me as soon as you have a bank account. But, in this box, a gift with our love. I think others are ready to say goodbye.
Mr. Nagnos, Dear Mr. Nagnos, Well, what should I say? I'm an ignorant, opinionated girl, and everything I am I owe to you.
That is only half true, Annie.
Which happened? I came in here like a drowned rat. I thought I died when Jimmy died, that I'd never again come alive. Well, you say live love so easy, and I haven't loved a soul since, and never will, I suppose. But this place gave me much more than my eyes back. Or it taught me how to spell, which I'll never learn. Anyways, but with all the fights and the trouble I've been here, it taught me what help is, and how to live again, and I don't want to say goodbye. Don't open the door, I'm crying.
You will not see.
Annie?
Here, Beatrice.
There's a present. I thought you would go away present, Annie.
Oh, no, you shouldn't have.
Oh, we did. We did. Where's the present?
Don't go, Annie. Wait.
Alice has the present.
Alice,
Alice,
where
where
are
are
you,
you? I'm right here. Here, Annie.
I have it, everybody. Should I open it?
Yes, Annie, open it, please.
Everyone be
please,
quiet.
Come on, open it, please. Is it open, Annie?
It's open.
They're for your eyes, Annie. Put them on, because Mrs. Hawkins says your eyes hurt since your surgery, and you're going where the sun is fierce.
I'm putting them on now.
Don't go, Annie. For the sun is fierce.
Do the glasses fit?
Yeah, do you like them?
Oh, they fit just fine.
Did you put them on? Are they pretty, Annie?
Oh, my eyes feel hundreds of % better already. And pretty. Oh, you know how I look in them? How? Splendiloquent. Like a racehorse.
There's another present. Beatrice, we have a present for Helen too. Give it to her, Beatrice.
Here, Annie.
It's for Helen, and we took up a collection to buy it, and Beatrice dressed it.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
So don't you forget, Annie. You be sure to give it to Helen from us.
I promise it will be the first thing I give her. If I don't keep it for myself, that is. You know I can't be trusted with dolls.
Come on, Annie.
Don't go, Annie. To her.
Stevie, dear. I don't want to go.
Why are you going?
Because I'm a big girl now, and big girls have to earn a living. It's the only way I can. But if you don't smile for me first, then what I'll just have to do is
What?
Put you in my suitcase instead of this doll, and take you to Helen in Alabama.
Come, children. We must get the trunk into the carriage and Annie into her train, or no one will go to Alabama. Come, come.
Where are we going, Annie?
Jimmy,
Where are we going?
I said, I'm taking care of you.
Forever and ever?
Annie Sullivan, age 9, virtually blind. James Sullivan, age 7. What's the matter with your legs, Sonny?
Forever and ever.
Can't you walk without that crutch? Girl goes to the women's ward, the boy to the men's.
Annie! Annie, please! Don't let them take me! Annie!
Annie! Annie?
Coming.
Let Mr. Jimmy go by himself. You've been in the garden all day. You ought to rest your feet.
I can't wait to see her home.
Well, maybe she isn't going to be on this train either.
And maybe she is.
And maybe she isn't.
Maybe she is. Where's Helen?
She's upstairs, smelling around. She knows something funny is going on.
Let her have her supper as soon as Mother's in bed. And tell Captain Keller when he comes back that we've been delayed tonight.
Again.
I don't think we need to say again, simply delayed will do.
No, I mean, that's what he's going to say. What? Again?
Yes, we're expecting someone. Someone from my Helen. Oh, dear, this was cleaned about an hour ago. Here, for well and gone. I don't think one peppermint drop will spoil your supper.
Jimmy,
Sir?
you don't look dressed for anything useful, boy.
I'm not. It's Miss Sullivan.
You can't keep holding up that porch. We have wooden posts for that. Now I asked you to see that those strawberry plants were moved this evening.
I'm moving her, Mrs. Keller, to the station.
Mrs. Keller. Must you always refer to her as though you've never met the lady?
Love it. What? I said love it.
Captain,
Evening here.
we're off to the train, Captain. Supper will be a treat tonight.
What, again?
With your permission, Captain.
What do you want, honey? Your mama? Oh. Well, I guess one tea cake won't hurt.
She's gone. She's gone. My son and I don't get along. You don't know I'm your father. No one likes me and suffers delayed. Here. I brought you some stick candy. One nibble of sweet shouldn't ruin your appetite.
Captain Keller, how am I supposed to get her to eat her dinner if you keep filling her with that trash?
Tend to your work!
Miss Sullivan?
Here. The last time I was on train so many days, I thought they must be backing up every time I go.
I'm James Keller.
Thanks. I have a brother, Jimmy. Are you Helen's?
I don't have a brother. You want to be your governess?
Well, try.
Look like half governess. Mrs. Keller! Miss Sullivan.
We've had every train for 2 days.
I change trains every time they stop. The man who sold me that ticket ought to be tied at the tracks and...
Do you have trouble, Miss Sullivan?
You didn't bring Helen. I was hoping you would.
No, she's at home.
You live far from town, Mrs. Keller?
Only a mile.
Well, I suppose I can wait another mile. But don't be surprised if I get out to push the horse.
She's been waiting for you too. There's been such a blast about the house, she expects something. Heaven knows what. I expected a desiccated spinster. You're very young.
Oh, you should have seen me when I left Boston. I got much older on this trip.
I mean, to teach someone as difficult as Helen.
I mean to try. They can't put you in jail for trying.
Is it possible even to teach a deaf-blind child even half of what an ordinary child learns? Has it ever been done?
Have?
Attempt.
No. Dr. Howe did wonders, but an ordinary child, no, never. But then I thought, when I was going over his reports, he never really treated them like ordinary children, more like eggs that everyone was afraid would break.
May I ask how old you are?
Well, I'm not in my teens, you know. I'm 20.
All of 20.
Mrs. Keller, don't lose heart just because I'm not on my last legs. I've got 3 big advantages over Dr. Howe that money could buy you. One is all of his work behind it. I've read every word he wrote about it, and he's not exactly what you call a man of few words. 2 is to be young. I've got energy to do anything. And the 3rd, I've been blind.
Advantages.
Well, some have the luck of the Irish, and some do not.
What will you try to teach her first?
First, last, and in between language. Language is to the mind where the mic is to the eye. Dr. Howe said that.
Language. We can't even get through to teach her to sit still. You are very young. Despite your years to have such confidence. Do you inside?
No. To tell you the truth, I'm as shaky inside as a baby's rather.
We'll do everything we can to help you to make you feel at home. Think of us as strangers with someone.
Oh, strangers aren't so strange to me. I've known them all my life.
Captain Keller! Captain Keller, they're coming! She sure enough came, Captain.
Welcome to Ivy Green, Miss Sullivan. I take it you are Miss Sullivan.
My husband, Miss Annie, Captain Keller.
Captain Keller, how do you do?
A pleasure to greet you at last. I trust you had an agreeable journey.
Oh, I had several. Look at this country, it's so big.
Where would you like the trunk, Father?
Where Miss Sullivan can get in it, I imagine.
Yes, please. Where's Helen?
In the hall, Jimmy.
We put you in the upstairs floor room, Miss Annie. If there's any breeze at all this summer, you'll feel it.
And the suitcase.
I'll take the suitcase, thanks.
Not at all. I'll have it.
I like
Miss Sullivan, I can think of it. You'll find it in South Leaf. You live in this.
I have something in it for. Thank you. When do I see her?
There. There's Helen.
She's very rough, Katie.
I like her, Captain.
Certainly we're a peculiar kind of woman up north. How old is she?
Well, she's not in her teens.
She's only a child. What are her parents like sending her off alone this far?
I couldn't learn. She was very close-mouthed about some things.
Why does she wear those glasses? I like to see a person's eyes when I talk to
For the
them.
sun. She was blind.
Blind.
She's had 9 operations on her eyes just before she left.
Blind, good heavens, do they expect one blind child to teach another? Has she experienced at least? How long did she teach there?
She was a pupil.
Katie, this is her first position?
She was valedictorian.
Here's a house full of grown-ups can't cope with a child. How can an inexperienced, half-blind Yankee schoolgirl manage her?
Great improvement. Now we have 2 to look after.
Take that trunk off the stairs and tend to those strawberry plants.
Nothing I say is right.
Why say anything? Don't be long, Captain. Supper will be ready right away.
All the trouble I went to it. That's how I look. Oh, no, not the floors. All right, Miss O'Sullivan. Let's begin with law. D. O. L. L. Law.
Spell pretty well. Think she's English? She is. What is it again?
An alphabet
Alphabet.
for the deaf. Oh, how bright she is.
I think she knows what she's doing. She imitates everything. She's a monkey.
Yes. She's a bright little monkey, all right.
She wants her doll back.
But she's velvet.
Smell. She doesn't know the thing has a name either.
Of course not. It was nice of her now. All I want is for her fingers to learn the letters.
Won't mean anything to her. Doesn't like
hurts, Annie. It hurts.
Keep that brat shut up, can't you, girlie? How's the body to get any sleep in this damn ward?
It hurts. It hurts.
Shut up, you!
Annie, when are we going home? You promised.
Jimmy,
Forever and ever. You said forever, Annie. Annie, are you there? Annie, it hurts.
Now he's falling!
Annie!
Little girl, I must tell you your brother will be going on a journey soon.
Supper's ready, Jimmy. Will you call your father?
Certainly.
Father! Supper! No need to shout. I'm cooling my heels for hours. Sit down.
Certainly.
Bonnie?
Yes, Captain. Right here.
Little Clint ready?
Oh, that is age.
Helen have a good supper?
well, I don't know about that, Miss Page. For some reason, she didn't seem to have much of an appetite tonight.
Well, can't say the same for my part. I'm famished. Katie, your plate?
But where's Miss Annie?
She's in her room.
In her room. Well, doesn't she know that hot food must be hot? So get her lunch, Jimmy.
Certainly. I'll get a ladder.
What?
I'll get a ladder. It shouldn't take you long.
What shouldn't take you long?
Jimmy, do as I say. Go upstairs, get Miss Sullivan, and tell her supper's
She's
getting
locked in her room.
locked in her room. Well,
What on earth are you?
Helen locked her in and off with the key.
And you sit here and say nothing?
Well, everyone's been telling me not to say anything.
Ryan, you go out back and leave her holiday. She has to.
Yes, Miss Kate.
she's out by the pump. Miss Sullivan, are you in there?
Oh, I'm in here, all right.
Is there no key on your side?
Well, if there were a key in here, I wouldn't be in here. Helen took the key. The only thing on my side is me.
Not in this house. 10 minutes, I don't see how you managed it.
Even I love on my side.
Bonnie?
Yes, Captain?
Put that me back, Lovin.
She has no key.
Nonsense, she must have the key. Have you searched her pockets?
Yes, she doesn't have it.
Katie, she must have the key.
Would you prefer to search for yourself, Captain?
No, I would not prefer to search her. She nearly took my kneecaps off. Take that ladder back.
Certainly.
She could have hidden the key.
Where?
Anywhere. Under a stone, in the grass, in the flowerbeds.
Well, I can't follow the entire grounds to find one missing key. Jimmy,
Sir?
get me a ladder.
Certainly.
What is Mildred doing now?
Captain woke her up and all these yelling.
Miss Sullivan,
Yes, Captain Helen.
come out.
I don't see how I can. There isn't room.
I intend to carry you. Climb on my shoulders and hold tight.
Oh, no. It's very chivalrous of you, but I...
Miss Sullivan, follow instructions. I will not also have you tumbling out of our windows. I hope this is not a sample of what we may expect from you in simplifying the work of looking after Helen.
Captain Helen, I'm perfectly able to go down the ladder on my own.
I highly doubt it, Miss Sullivan. Simply hold on to my neck. My neck, Miss Sullivan.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do this way.
No inconvenience. Other than having that door taken down and lock the place if we fail to find the missing key. There.
Thank you very much.
Go back to your work. What are you looking at? There's nothing to look at here. Now, can we have supper like normal people?
Ryan, you serve supper. I'll put Mildred back to sleep.
Might as well be the Latter.
her spirit. But I shall insist on reasonable obedience from the start. Ink. Ink. It has a name. Down, under, up. And be careful of the needle. Fine. If you can keep yourself out of the ink, then perhaps I can keep myself out of the soup. These lots are her handiwork. All right. Let's try temperance. Bad girl. Good girl. Very good girl. What are you saying to her? Oh, just making conversation. Saying how it was so required.
Is that enough to her?
No. No, she won't know the spelling until she knows what a word is.
Yet you keep selling to her. Why?
I like to hear myself talk.
The captain says it's like spelling to a pencil.
Does he now?
Is it?
No. It's how I watch you talk to Mildred.
Mildred.
Any baby. Gibberish. Adult gibberish, baby talk gibberish. Do they understand the word of it to start? Somehow they begin to. If they get to hear it, I'm letting Helen hear it.
Other children are not impaired.
Oh, there's nothing impaired about that head. It works like a mousetrap.
But after a child hears how many words? Miss Amy, 1,000,000?
I guess no mother's ever minded enough to count.
What did she spell?
I spell card. She spelled cake. No. No, it's only a finger game, Mrs. Keller, no meaning. What she has to learn first is that things have names.
When will she learn?
Oh, maybe after 1,000,001 words?
I should like to learn those letters, Miss Amy.
I'll teach you tomorrow morning. That makes only 500,000 each.
It's her bedtime. I'm sorry, Miss Amy.
Why did she get a reward? For stabbing me?
We catch our flies with honey, I'm afraid. We haven't carved from the shells. So many times she simply cannot be compelled.
Yes. I'm the same way myself.
The fact is, we lost the South Jersey, now Olathe in Vicksburg.
Outlaw is a peculiar word for a butcher.
Artist maker, wasn't it?
I said butcher. His only virtue as a soldier was numbers, and he let them slaughter with no more regard than so many sheep.
Well, even if in that sense he was a butcher, the fact is,
And a drunken one, that too, after the war.
agreed, Father. But even if in that sense he was a butcher, I can't argue he.
Well, what is it you find to admire in such a man, Jimmy, the butchery or the drunkenness?
Neither, Father. Only the fact that he beat us.
He didn't beat us.
Is your attention that we won the war?
He didn't beat us at Vicksburg. We lost Vicksburg due to stupidity verging on treason.
I would have said he lost Vicksburg because of one thing no general was before him.
Drunk? I doubt it. Often. Are any of them even comparing that to his own Stonewall?
Butcher still didn't want to give up. I tried 4 ways to get around Vicksburg.
He wouldn't have gotten around if he had a Sumter in command instead of a happy Yankee striker like Pemberton. What's the matter?
Miss Annie, see how this custom is yourself?
Yes, but I'm not arrested.
No, of course not. Mighty!
Give her something, Jimmy, to quiet her.
Well,
Miss Sullivan, let her this time in his own way we get any real conversation. My son's out here at that. I'll get you another plate.
I have a place, thank you. Bonnie! Miss Annie, I'm afraid you have to tell us that's all too true. She'll put us in this until she looks right.
Bonnie, you bring Miss Sullivan another plate.
I have a plate. There's nothing wrong with the plate. I intend to keep it.
see why they took Vicksburg?
Miss Sullivan, one plate is hardly a matter to struggle with a deprived child about.
Sooner have more heroic.
No, I really must insist you. Well, now she's hurt herself.
No, she hasn't.
Will you please let her hands go?
Miss Annie, you don't know the child well enough yet.
I know an ordinary tantrum well enough when I see one, and a badly spoiled child.
Here.
Miss Sullivan, you would have more understanding of your pupil if you had some pity. Now, kindly do as I
Pity? For this tyrant? The whole house turns on her whims. Is there anything she wants she doesn't get? I'll tell you what I pity, Captain Keller. That the sun won't rise and all her life, and we're telling her it will. Look good for your pity do for her when you're under the strawberries, Captain Keller.
Katie, for the love of heaven, will you?
Miss Annie, please, I don't think it serves to
It does you good, that's all. It's less trouble to feel sorry for her than to teach her anything better.
I failed to see where you taught her anything yet, Miss
I'll
Sullivan.
leave this minute and leave the room, Captain Keller.
Leave the room.
Everyone, please.
Miss Sullivan, you're here only as a paid instructor and not to
I
lecture.
can't teach all these years of pity if you can't stand up to one tantrum. Old Stonewall, indeed. Mrs. Keller, you promised me that.
Indeed, I did.
Then leave me alone with her. Now.
Katie, will you see me outside at once, please?
Out, please.
Taste off summer, General.
This girl, this cub of a girl presumes. I tell you, almost half the mind to ship her back to Boston before the week is out. You can inform herself for me.
I, Captain?
She's a hireling. Now I want to make clear that unless there's a radical change of manner and an apology, she goes back to the next train. Will you make that quite clear?
Where will you be, Captain, while I make that
At the office.
Willie? I thought what you said was exceptionally intelligent. I've been saying it for years.
to his face? Or will you take it, Jimmy, as a flag?
Good.
What am I going to do this case? It's news time. Dinner's coming. I haven't got the breakfast dishes out yet.
You've run along, Martha.
Oh, I can't wait out here a minute longer, Kate. Why does it go on all afternoon, too?
I'll tell the captain he's home.
You heard what Miss Kate said. Never mind what's going on here. Shoo. Well, say what you like, Kate, but that child is a Keller. I need to remind you that all the Kellers are cousins to General Robert E. Lee. I don't know who that girl is.
Well, the only Sullivan that I've ever heard of.
And from Boston, too. I think twice before locking her up with that kind. Is that man John L. Give her to me, Miss Kate. I'll see her back in her room.
This child never gives me a minute's worry.
Oh yes, she's the angel of the family. There's no doubt about it.
Happened.
She ate from her own plate. She ate with a spoon herself. And she folded her napkin.
Folded her napkin?
The room's a wreck, but her napkin is folded. I'll be in my room, Mrs. Keller.
Don't be long, Miss Annie. Dinner will be ready right away. Folded her napkin. My Helen folded her napkin.
This soul, blind, deaf, mute, woman. Can nothing be done to disinter this human soul? The whole neighborhood would rush to save her if she were buried alive by the caving in of a pit, and labor with zeal until she were dug out. Now, if one were to have as much patience as zeal, he might awaken her to a consciousness of her immortal.
Annie? Annie, are you there? What's that noise?
Just a cot, Jimmy.
Where are they pushing it?
The dead house.
Annie, does it hurt to be dead?
There's schools. There's schools outside. There's schools where they teach blind ones to read and write. There's schools within their schools.
You ain't going to school, are you, Annie?
When I grow up.
You ain't either. You're gonna stay here and take care of me.
I'm going to school when I grow up.
You said that we'd be together forever and ever and
I'm going
ever.
to school when I grow up.
Little girl, I must tell you, your brother will be going on a journey soon.
Annie!
Right.
Write me when you learn how.
Don't tell anyone that you came from here.
Yes, don't tell anyone.
Yeah, don't tell anyone.
Do not tell anyone.
Annie, it hurts to be dead forever.
Might awaken her to a consciousness of her immortal nature. The chance is small indeed. With an even smaller chance, they would have dug desperately for her in the pit. And is the life of the soul no less important than that of the body?
Katie, I will not have it. Now, did you not see when that girl after supper went to look for Helen in her room?
No.
The child practically climbed out of her window to escape from me. I mean, what kind of teacher is she? I thought I'd seen her at her worst this morning, shouting at me, but instead I come home and find the entire house disorganized by her. Helen won't stay 1 second in the same room, won't be bathed or undressed or put to bed by her, or even by Bonnie now. And then results that you have to do more for the child than before we hired this girl's services. From the moment she stepped off the train, she's been nothing but a burden. Incompetent, impertinent, ineffectual, immodest.
She did fold her napkin, Captain.
What?
Not ineffectual. Helen did fold her napkin.
What in heaven's name is so extraordinary about folding a napkin?
Well, it's more than you did.
Katie, I did not bring you all the way out to the garden house to be frivolous. Now, how does Miss Sullivan propose to teach a deaf, blind child that only can be touched by her?
I don't know.
The fact is, today she scuttled any chance she ever had of getting along with the child. Now, if you can see any point or purpose to her staying on here any longer, it's more than...
What do you wish me to do?
I want you to give her notice.
I can't.
Then if you won't, I must. I simply will not. Miss Sullivan.
Captain Keller. Bonnie said I'd find you over here in the garden house. I thought we should have a talk.
Yes, well, coming. Katie,
Captain?
I wanted first to make my position clear to Mrs. Keller that I am dissatisfied, deeply dissatisfied with the manner in which...
Excuse me, is this little house ever in use?
In the hunting season, if you'll give me your attention, Miss Sullivan. I have tried to make allowances for you because you come from a part of the country where people, women, for whom allowances must be made. I have decided, nevertheless, I have decided, Miss Sullivan, I find it extremely difficult to talk through those glasses.
Oh, of course.
Why do you wear them? The sun has been down for more than an hour.
Any kind of light hurts my eyes.
Put them back on, Miss Sullivan. I have decided to give you another chance.
To do what?
To remain in our employ, but on 2 conditions. I am not accustomed to rudeness in servants or women, and that is the first. If you were to stay here, there must be a radical change of manner.
Whose?
Yours, young lady, isn't it obvious? And the second is that you persuade me that there's the slightest hope of you teaching a child who flees from you now like the plague to anyone else you can find in this house.
There isn't.
What, Miss Annie?
It's hopeless here. I can't teach a child who runs away.
Then do I understand?
Well, if you all agree it's hopeless,
Miss
then
Annie,
I
I do not agree. I think perhaps you underestimate Helen.
I think everybody else here does.
She did fold her napkin. She learns. Did you know she began talking when she was 6 months old? She could say water. Not really water. Well, but she meant water. She knew what it meant when only 6 months old. I never saw a child more bright or outgoing. It's still in her somewhere, isn't it? You should have seen her before her illness. Such a good-tempered child.
Ah, she's changed.
Sandy put up with it. And with us.
Us.
Please. Like the lost lamb in the parable, I love her all the more.
Mrs. Keller, I don't think Helen's worst handicap is deafness or blindness. I think it's your love and pity.
Now what is that supposed to mean?
All of you here feel so sorry for her. You've kept her like a pet. Why, even a dog you housebreak. No wonder she won't let me come near her. It's useless for me to try to teach her language or anything else here. I might as well
Miss
just...
Annie, before you came, you spoke of putting Helen in an asylum.
What kind of asylum?
For mental defectives.
I visited there. I can't tell you what I saw. People like animals with rats in the halls and... What else are we to do if you give up?
Give up.
You said it was hopeless.
Here. Why, I only saw today what has to be done to begin. I want complete charge of her.
You already have that, and it has resulted in...
No, I mean day and night. She has to become dependent on me.
For what?
Everything. The food she eats, the clothes she wears, the fresh Air, yes, the air she breathes. Whatever her body needs is a primer to teach her out of. It's the only way. The only one who lets her have it should be her teacher, not anyone who loves her. You have so many feelings, they fall over each other like feet. You won't use your chances, and you won't let me.
If she runs from you to us.
Yes, that's the point. I'll have to live with her somewhere else.
For how long?
As long as it takes. I packed half my things already.
Miss Sullivan.
Captain Keller meets both your conditions. It's the one way I can get back in touch with Helen, and I don't see how I can be rude to you if you're not around to interfere with me.
And what is your intention if I say no? Pack the other half for home and abandon your charge
The
to...
asylum. I grew up in such an asylum. The state almshouse. Rats. Why, my brother Jimmy and I used to play with rats because we didn't have toys. Maybe you'd like to know what Helen will find there, not on visiting days. One ward was full of the old women. Crippled, blind, most of them dying, but even if what they had was catching, there was nowhere else to move them, and that's where they put us. There were younger ones across the hall. Prostitutes mostly, with epileptic fits and TB, and some of the kinds who keep after other girls, especially young ones. And some insane. Some just had the DVs. The youngest were in another ward, having babies they didn't want. Started at 13, 14, they'd leave, but the babies stayed. And we played with them too. Though most had sores all over from diseases you're not supposed to talk about. But not many of them lived. The first year we had 80. 70 died. The room Jimmy and I played in was the dead house where they kept the bodies until they could dig.
Oh, my dear.
The graves. No. No, it made me strong. But I don't think you need send Helen there. She's strong enough. No, I have no conditions, Captain Keller.
Sammy,
Yes.
where would you take Helen?
Oh. Italy?
What?
Can't have everything. How would the starting house do? Furnish it, take Helen here after a long ride so she won't recognize it, and you can see her every day, if she doesn't know. Well,
Is that all?
that's all.
With your permission, Captain?
Why must she depend on you for the food that she eats?
I want control of it.
Why?
It's a way to reach her.
You intend to starve her into letting you touch her?
She won't starve, she'll learn. All's fair in love and war, Captain Keller. You never press supplies.
This is hardly war.
Well, it's not love. A siege is a siege.
Miss Sullivan, do you like the child?
Do you?
You could have a servant here.
Oh, I'll have enough to look after without having to worry about servants, but that boy Percy can sleep here. Run errands.
Percy can sleep here, I think, Captain.
And some old furniture, all of our own.
Captain, do you think I'd want a bedstead?
I have not yet consented to Percy or to the proposal or to Miss Sullivan staying on here any longer after. Very well, I consent to everything. 2 weeks, I'll give you 2 weeks in this place, and it'll be a miracle if you can get the child to tolerate you.
2 weeks? Miss Annie, can you accomplish anything in 2 weeks?
Anything or not, 2 weeks and the child returns to us. Make up your mind, Miss Sullivan, yes or no.
2 weeks. For only one miracle? I'll get her to tolerate me.
You can't think of as little of love as you said. You wouldn't stay.
I didn't come here for love. I came here for money. Hey, it's the first of many. 26.
don't go things easily, do you? How will you win our hand now? In this place?
Do I know? I lost my temper, and here we are.
No touching, no teaching. Of course, you are bigger.
I'm not counting on force. I'm counting on her. That little imp is dying to know.
No what?
Anything. Any and every crumb in God's creation. I'll have to use that appetite too.
Maybe she'll teach you.
Of course.
That she isn't. That there's such a thing as dullness of heart, acceptance, and letting go. Sooner or later, it'll all come up, don't it?
Maybe you all do. It's my idea of the original sin.
What is it?
Giving up.
You won't open her. Why can't you just let her be? Have some pity on her for being what
If
she
I
is.
never once thought like that, I'd be dead.
You will be. What trouble? Maybe you'll teach me.
Does she know where she is?
We rode her in the country for 2 hours.
For all she knows, she could be in another town.
Well, that's her sign for me.
I know. In 2 weeks.
Miss Annie, try to be very good to her. These 2 weeks, try to be good to her.
I will. What did I get into now?
I can't understand it. I had every intention of dismissing that girl, not setting her up like some empress.
Yes. What's her secret, sir?
Secret?
Allows her to get anything she wants out of you. Like this.
She's not getting anything she wants.
Captain!
He's afraid. What does he want out of me?
My God! Don't you know? Everything you forgot. You forgot my mother.
What? One thing that girl's secret is not, she's not fired one shot and disappeared. Katie, don't mind me.
Captain, I am proud of you
For what?
for letting this girl have what she needs.
Why can't my son be? He can't bear me. You'd think I'd treat him as hard as this girl is Helen.
Perhaps you do.
He has to learn some respect.
Do you like the child? How empty the house is tonight.
No, Katie. I won't have it. On either of us. I will touch you. How do I?
No.
How would you like to play a nice game?
What?
With Helen, she's by the chair. Touch her hand.
Hey, let me go. Let me go. She's trying to talk. She's gonna hit me.
She can talk. If only she knew. She makes letters. I'll show you how. This one's C. C. She's mad at me now, though. She won't play, but she knows lots of letters. Here's another one, A. C, A, C, A. E. She spells cake, she gets cake. She doesn't know yet it means this. Isn't it funny she knows how to spell it and doesn't know she knows? Well, if she won't play with me, I'll play with you. Would you like to learn one she doesn't know?
No.
Milk. M-I-L-K. M is this. I, that's easy. That's just the little finger. Oh, why should I talk to you? I'm teaching Percy a new word. L. K is this. M-I-L-K. M. Oh, you're jealous, are you? All right. M-I-L-K. Good. Finally back to where I can touch you. Touch and go. No love lost. But here we go. You can go to bed now. You've earned your sleep. Thank you. All I have to teach you is one word. Everything. Water, Helen. This is water. W-A-T-E-R. It has a name. It has a name. Egg. E-G-G, egg. It has a name. The name stands for the thing. It's so simple. So simple as birth to explain. Helen, the chick has to come out of its shell. Sometime. You come out too. There's only one way out for you, and that's language. To learn that your fingers can talk and say anything. Anything you can name. This is a mug. M-U-G, mug. It has a name. It has a name.
You haven't eaten, Katie.
I haven't got to. Too restless, I can't sit to it.
You should eat, my dear. It'll be a long day waiting.
But it's been a short 2 weeks. I never felt life could be so noiseless. When much to complete for me.
C-A-R-D, card. C-A-R-D.
Life has been completely normal, hasn't it?
Jimmy.
Is it wrong to enjoy a quiet breakfast after 5 years? Even you two seem to enjoy each other.
It would be even more noiseless, Jimmy, if your tongue weren't running every minute. Have you enough feeling to imagine what Kate's been
Captain,
through?
it's true. The past 2 weeks have been normal, quiet, all you say. But not short. Interminable.
W-A-T-E-R. But it means this. W-A-T-E-R, this. W-A-T.
I only meant that Miss Sullivan is a boon. Intention, though, it seems.
If and when you're a parent, Jimmy, you will understand what a separation means. A mother loses a protector. You'll learn that we don't just keep our children safe, they keep us safe too. There are, of course, all kinds of separation. Kate has lived with one kind for 5 years. Another is disappointment in a child.
I feel every day more and more inadequate.
Kate? I'm sorry. Run my mouth like that. Carry some frogs, just jump out.
No. It has been better. For everyone.
If only there were someone to help me. I need a teacher as much as Helen.
What does he want from me?
That's not the question, Jimmy. Stand up to the world. That comes first.
I thought the world is him.
Yes. And no one can do it for you.
Kate, at least could you be my friend?
I am.
My mind is undisciplined, full of skips and jumps and discenter, disjoint. Where's discipline? Discenter, disjoint. Such a dictionary, you have to know how to spell a word before you can look up how to spell it. Disciple, discipline. Discipline. Undisciplined.
What are you doing to your eyes?
It's worse on my vanity. I'm learning how to spell. It's like a surprise party. The most unexpected characters show up.
And not to overwork your eyes and sing.
Well, whatever I spell to Helen, I'd better spell right.
How serene she is.
She learned the stitch yesterday. Now I can't get her to stop. Such a little lady, she'd sooner starve than eat with her fingers.
You've taught her so much these 2 weeks, I would have never.
It's not enough. Obedience isn't enough. Well, she learned 2 nouns today. He and water. That brings her up to 18 nouns and 3 verbs.
But no.
Not that they mean things. Still a finger game, Mrs. Keller, no me. Mrs. Keller, shall we play our finger game?
One time. Here.
Spell it.
Because I can't.
Spell it. If she ever learns, you'll have a lot to say to each each other. Start now.
Miss Sullivan, on my way home from the office, I brought Helen a plate.
Outside, please, Captain Hill.
Oh, my dear child, the 2 weeks start today. Surely you don't object to...
They're not up till 6 o'clock.
What kind of difference can a fraction of one day make?
An agreement is an agreement.
Miss
Now, you've
Sullivan,
been very good. I'm sure you can keep it up for a few more hours.
Miss Sullivan, you are a tyrant.
Likewise, I'm sure. You can stand there and hold the door if she comes.
I don't think you know how eager we are to have her back in our arms.
I do. It's my main word.
It's like expecting a whole new child, so composed, so attractive. You've done wonders for her, Miss Sullivan.
Have I?
If there's anything we should want in repayment, it's
I
more
just
than...
told Mrs. Keller I want more time alone.
And Sammy.
Another week.
We miss her. I miss her. I'm glad to say that's a debt I owe you.
Pay it to Helen. Give her another week.
Doesn't she miss us?
Of course she does. What a restless, unexplainable exile must be to her. Did you say it's not?
No, but
Doesn't she need affection too, Miss Annie?
she never shows me she needs it. She won't have any caressing
She'll
or...
have her mother.
And what would another week accomplish? We are more than satisfied. You've done more than we could have ever thought possible. Taught her
I can't
constructive
promise
things to
anything.
do,
All
to
that-
behave, even look like a normal human child. So contented, manageable, cleaner, more.
Cleaner.
Well, we say cleanliness is next to godliness, Miss Sullivan.
Cleanliness is next to nothing. What she has to learn is that everything has its name, that words can be her eyes to the world outside her. And inside her too, what is she without words? With them she can think, have ideas, be reached. There's not a thought or fact in the world that can't be hers. You publish a newspaper, Captain Keller. Do I have to tell you what words are? And she has them already.
Sullivan.
18 nouns and 3 verbs. They're in her fingers now. I need only time to push one of them into her mind, one, and everything else under the sun will follow. Can't you see what she's learned here is only clearing the way for that? I can't risk her in learning it. Give me more time alone with her, another week to...
Look. What is she spelling?
Water?
Teaching a dog to spell. The dog doesn't know what she means any more than she knows what you mean, Miss Sullivan. I think perhaps you asked too much of her. God may not have meant Helen to have the eyes that you speak of.
I need her to.
What is it to you? You make us see how we indulge her for our sake. Is the opposite true for you?
Happily,
An agreement is an agreement.
Mrs. Keller,
I want her back.
I'll send Viney over to help you back.
not until 6 o'clock. I have her until 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Come, Katie.
D-O-G, dog. Not water. Here. Water. Water. I don't know how to tell you, Helen. Not a soul in the world knows how to tell you. Yes, what's it to me? They're satisfied. Give them back their child and dog, both housebroken, everyone's satisfied. But me. And you. Yes, reach. Reach. I wanted to teach you, Helen. I wanted to teach you. Everything the earth is full of, everything that's on it that's ours for a wink, and then it's gone. In the light we bring to it and leave behind in words, everything we think, feel, and share in words, so that not a soul is in darkness. We're done with even in the grave. And I know one word and I can put the world in your hand, and whatever it is to me, I won't take less. But how? How do I tell you that this means this thing, W-O-O-L, wool, or this means this thing, B-E-N-C-H, bench, napkin, dress, F-A-C-E, Mother. M-O-T-H-E-R, mother. M-O-T.
Let her come.
You said that we'd be together forever. You promised, Reverend Annie!
Well, that battle is dead and done. Why not let it stay buried?
I think God must own me a resurrection,
What?
and I owe God one.
Forever and ever, and forever and ever, forever and ever, forever and ever, and forever and ever!
Miss Sullivan, I have been waiting to give you this.
What?
Your first month's salary. With many more to come, I trust. It doesn't express what we feel. It doesn't repay the debt for what you've done.
What have I done?
Taking a wild thing and giving us back a child.
I taught her one thing. No. Don't do this. Don't do that.
It's more than all of us could in all the years we
I wanted to teach her language. I wanted to teach her, yes.
You will have time.
I don't know how. I know that without it, to do nothing but obey is no gift. Obedience without understanding is a blindness, too. Is that all I wished on her?
No.
Maybe. I don't know what else to do. Simply go on, doing what I've done and have faith that inside it's waiting. Like water underground, all I can do is keep on.
It's enough for us.
You can help, Captain Helen.
How?
Even learning now was dead at a cost. The great trouble and pain, don't undo it.
Why should we wish
The
to?
world isn't an easy place for anyone. I don't want her just to obey, but to let her have her way and everything is a lie. To her, I can't. And I don't even love her. She's not my child. You have to stand between that lie and her.
We'll try.
Because I will. As long as you let me stay, it's the one promise I'll keep.
Agreed. We've learned something too, I hope. Won't you come now to supper?
Yes. Why doesn't God pay his debts every month?
I beg your pardon?
Oh, nothing. I just used to wonder how I could earn a living.
Oh, you do.
Oh, I really do. Now the question is, can I survive it?
May I?
Oh, we're glad to have you back too.
What? Oh, keys. Yes, I'll keep the keys. I think we have enough of those too.
Evening, gentlemen.
Will you say grace for me?
And Jacob was left alone, wrestled with an angel till the breaking of the day. And the hollow of Jacob's side was at his joint as he wrestled with him. And the angel said, "Let me go, for the day breaketh." And Jacob said, "I will not let thee go, except thou bless me." Amen. Oh, you angel.
That's, very strange grace, James.
Will you start the muffins, Ed?
It's from the good book, isn't it?
Well, what's this? Didn't you know?
Yes, I knew.
Hey, Miss Annie?
Please. Then, why ask?
And it is from a good book, and therefore fitting grace.
Well, I don't know about that.
Miss Annie.
Thank you. There's an awful lot of things from the good book that I wouldn't care to hear just before eating.
Well, fitting in the sense that Jacob's Side was on so was this baby's.
Well, I declare, James.
Pickles.
Oh, I should say so. You know my opinion of the pickles.
This is the end of the I'm afraid. I didn't put up nearly enough last summer. This year I intend to.
Reverend stopped into the office today to complain his hens had stopped tonight. Poor fellow, he was out of joint. All he did.
I don't suspect those hens.
What?
I think they're Yankees. Has he tried it?
Well, James, now you're pulling my lower extremity. The first thing you know will be...
Miss Annie.
No.
It's a very special day.
It will be when I get into that.
Please, I've hardly had a chance to welcome her home.
Captain Cullen.
Oh, Katie, Miss Sullivan and I, we've had a little talk. She feels if we indulge Helen in these.
But what's the child done?
She's learned not to throw things on the floor. It took us the best part of 2 weeks, and
Well, yes, but only a napkin. It's not as if it were right.
the thing she's learned is, Mrs. Keller, I don't think we should play tug of war for her like this. Either you give her to me, or you keep her from kicking.
What do you wish to do?
Let me take her from the table.
Oh, let her stay. My goodness, she's only a child. She doesn't have to wear a napkin if she doesn't want to.
And ask outsiders not to interfere.
Out. Outside. I am the child's aunt.
What's hurt so much, Miss Annie? I've made all of Helen's favorite foods tonight.
It's a homecoming party, Miss Annie.
She's testing you. You realize?
She's testing you.
Jimmy! Now that she's home, naturally
And
she...
wants to see what will happen. At your hands. I said it was my main worry. Is this what you promised me not half an hour ago?
But she's not kicking now.
And not learning not to. Mrs. Keller, I know teaching her is bound to be painful to everyone. I know it hurts to watch, but she'll live up to just what you demand of her and no more.
She's testing you.
Jimmy!
I have an opinion, I think.
No one is interested in hearing your opinion.
I'm interested. Of course she's testing me. Let me keep her to what she's learned and she'll keep on learning from me. Take her out of my hands and it all falls apart. Be bountiful. It's at her expense. Please pass me more of her favorite food.
Take her, Miss Annie.
I'm afraid you're the difficulty, Miss Annie. Now, I'll give her what she's learned. You're quite right there. But I don't see that we need send her from the table. After all, she is the guest of honor. Bring her place.
If she was a seeing child, none of you would tolerate
Well, she's not. I think some compromise is called for. Bring her plate, please. There. It's not unnatural for us to take some aversion to our teachers. On occasion, another hand can smooth things out. Now, shall we start all over?
I think we've started all over.
Oh, don't get up!
Where are you going?
To make her from this picture again.
Where are you taking her?
treat her like a seen child because I ask her to see. I expect her to see. Don't undo what I do.
You let her speak to you like that, Arthur? A creature who works for you?
No, I don't.
Let her go!
What?
I said, let her go. She's right. She's right. Kate's right, I'm right, and you're wrong. If you plan to drive away from here, it'll be over my dead... Sharon. Hasn't it ever occurred to you that on one occasion you might be consummately wrong?
Captain!
Sit down, everyone. Please sit down, Jimmy.
All right. W-A-T-E-R water. W-A-T-E-R water. It has a name. Teacher.